So, previously we have discussed the artificial kidney and how it executed is what we have seen. Besides that, one more is there, which is named to be the continuous ambulatory peritoneal dialysis, CAPD. I repeat, CAPD in the sense continuous ambulatory peritoneal dialysis. So dialysis is a process in which the filtering of the blood is the process we have seen. That is how it executed, how it is done through artificial kidney we have discussed. There the cellophane membrane is taken, that is through which the dialysis process, diffusion of the nitrogenous waste water done. Here CAPD is one more method, continuous ambulatory peritoneal dialysis. Generally it is more convenient, less expensive and less time taking, and it is done by means of an individual on their own. This is the advantage with that of CAPD, continuous ambulatory. I repeat, it is nothing but a continuous ambulatory peritoneal dialysis. So now the question you may raise, what is the difference between that of the artificial kidney and CAPD? There we have seen it is last about 2 to 6 hours of a time at an attempt. At a single time 500 ml of the blood get dialyzed, and under the renal acute renal failure where that is done, and 2 that is thrice in a week it is done. It is expensive itself, but the case with the CAPD, continuous ambulatory peritoneal dialysis, it is more convenient and less time consuming and less expensive, even more convenience. So it is the more preferable process. And one more point to remember, that it is an individual on their own, it can be done. In fact, it is also named to be the bag, a renal bag like. That is the difference between CAPD with that of the one we have seen earlier, artificial kidney, is their cellophane membrane is the one through which the diffusion takes place. That is, the nitrogenous waste present in the blood of an individual, when it is passing through the dialyzer unit through cellophane, since it is permeable for nitrogenous waste and excess of salts, creatinine, those are diffused into the dialyzer fluid, and dialyzer fluid which is impurity is collected into one tube, and continuously new dialyzer fresh fluid is what added, is what we have seen there. So cellophane is a permeable membrane. In the same manner, the peritoneal membrane is permeable to nitrogenous waste, as how cellophane used there, here peritoneal membrane. And the point to remember that it requires a small surgery, and this once the surgery is done, the catheter tube is what connected to the body, which is inserted into a catheter tube, which is with the peritoneal tube, which is inserted into the abdomen, and which is what through which the dialyzer fluid is what flow through, and once it is inserted into the abdominal cavity, since the peritoneum is permeable for the nitrogenous waste, it is the nitrogenous waste are all what collected along with the unnecessary fluids, that excess of fluid is all what collected into the what is called a peritoneal cavity. And after some time it is once the tube which collect the fluid from the body abdomen, it is what pass through the catheter tube, and a bag is what, one more point, a plastic bag is what kept outside, which is permanently present outside of the body, and one catheter tube which is inserted into the body, which is connected with a pipe of with that of the plastic tube. And this is how once the peritoneal cavity, a bag which collect the waste which are diffused through the catheter tube into the plastic cavity which is present out, and once it gets filled up, it is removed. A person on their own, it can be done. So this is more convenient, less expensive, and it is of less time consuming. A person can done, but before that a surgery, small surgery is needed. So that is what CAPD. Next we will go for the kidney transplantation. Kidney transplantation. Kidney transplantation. In general, what we learn in this connection is, when the two kidneys are damaged, so dialysis is the one process we have seen, and the next one is a transplantation. For the first time in India in 1971, December 1st, Christian Medical College of Vellore Institute has done the kidney transplantation for the first time to a person named to be the Shanmugan, an individual. And generally the kidney transplantation, here the point to remember that transplantation is done between the identical twins or else a closely related individual. The donor should be a identical twin or else the closely blood related individual. It is to be done. Generally the transplantation, which is named to be the grafting. That is, here this kidney transplantation where the grafting can be is the term used for this, where the different types of that is autograft, isograft and allograft are to be seen. I repeat, kidney transplantation in the sense, here it is also said to be the grafting, as how in plants the two related plants are what tied is a grafting, there also here a tissue or an organ is transplanted, which is named to be the tissue transplantation and organ transplantation. Now this grafting is of autograft, different types, isograft, allograft. Autograft in the sense you might have seen, this is different types, I am saying, but isograft and allograft are the two methods followed here. Okay, and autograft in the sense you might have seen that a person whose skin is he met with an accident and burning is there, so the skin from one region it is transplanted to another region, and skin is a highly regenerative organ and it can be done. That is autograft, within the same. Next, within the same, isograft in the sense, isograft also what are said to be where the immunological responses are similar with that of the autograft. Isograft in the sense the kidney transplantation here particularly. The transplantation that is done between the identical twins. Identical twins is what named to be the iso. Iso means same. Is that the identical individuals are similar or not? Yes, that's what isograft is, the kidney transplantation that is done between the identical twins. Next, allograft in the sense a donor, a mother to her children, son or daughter, a brother to his brother, a father to their child. Likewise, which is what comes under allograft. Basically, within the a brother to another brother, which is what transplantation within the same family. So, if it is done between the blood related individual, that is similar individual, that is said to be the allograft. Same members of the human population, but they are related, closely related. And that's what we see the isograft and allograft. So identical twins, if it is done, name it to be the isograft. The closely related individual is done, if it is, that is allograft. For transplantation, the points to be taken into consideration: tissue matching and blood matching is to be done. Blood group matching and tissue matching is what very important. So before transplanting, the tissue matching and blood group matching is done. If the same blood groups, it is convenient. Why? We know very well, blood clotting occurs between the different blood groups. So tissue matching and blood group matching is to be done. If that is done, the transplantation can be proceed. So here the point to remember: first kidney transplantation is done for a person named to be the Shanmugan, where the transplantation is of isograft, allograft, and related to kidney, but other instances, for suppose if the case with heart valves needed, the other animals can also be valves, heart valves can be done, which is xenograft. But here that is not implied, isograft and allograft. So the one more point to be seen: in spite the tissue matching and the blood group matching is done, the chances of rejection reactions are also there. Rejection reaction means, see, for suppose if we expose to the foreign particle, dust particle, we start responding. That is sneezing, snorting, cough. If foreign tissue and organ is transplanted, definitely it is going to be our immune system is going to reject this. So rejection reactions takes place. Reactions occur. This rejection reactions can be avoided by giving immunosuppressants. Immunosuppressants are to be given. Immunosuppressants. Okay. What do the immunosuppressants do? That is, they prevent immune reactions against foreign tissue, but they prevent the immune rejection reactions against foreign tissue. But when infection takes place, they develop the immunity against the pathogen, which means our immune system rejecting the foreign, which is closely related, blood group matched and tissue matched, can be accepted, but it what is called opposes, it develop the immunity, it reject the foreign pathogens and develop the immunity. So that is the importance of immunosuppressants. What is the purpose of immunosuppressant? It is that it should not reject the foreign tissue, which is very, very essential to the recipient from the donor. So it prevents the immune rejection reactions against the foreign tissue, but develop the immunity against the pathogens. So that is the advantage of immunosuppressant. The most commonly using immunosuppressant during the kidney transplantation is cyclosporin. Cyclosporin is used as an immunosuppressant. So that's what all about the kidney transplantation. And the point to remember that when the two kidneys are failed, under that conditions itself kidney transplantation is done. The old worn out or the kidney which are useless or remain in the body, and the new kidneys, the donor who are connected to the artery and vein of the recipient, and the ureter are also connected to the urinary bladder. If the high blood pressure and there is the problem with the individuals, if the high blood pressure is there, under that condition old kidneys are removed until and unless if the normal condition is there, it remain in the body. It does not affect the harmful effects. That is the story about kidney transplantation. Thank you.